Hello, everybody. Happy to be here today. Just introduce myself briefly. I'm Charles Kevin. I live between Brussels and London. My background is architect and design. I used to live in Paris and I worked for Jean Pierre. I work also on the studio of Ron Arad in London with the artist John Cragg in Germany. And finally, I used to study in Japan, Kyoto. Today, I want to explain you what I have created 15 years ago, that I'm still doing all over the world. And I love this sentence of Jean-Luc Godard's French cineast, who said, "One picture is worth 1,000 words." In 1 minute, I will show you what I'm doing. That's a dinner that I made in the casino in Monte Carlo. It's on the same evening, and we changed a lot of different costume, outfit, decoration, and in the same evening, in 2 hours, we transformed the rooms 4 or 5 times to create something completely different. Blaise Pascal said 2 things instruct man about his whole nature: his instinct and his brilliance. I want to do something different about my presentation because I will involve now some aspect of psychology, phenomenology, semiology to arrive of scenography. So, I will explain my creative process and I will start with this psychological aspect. When you think about an object or a space, you can have something coming through your mind, and it, of course, is related to your experience, and you have got this chair. If you continue to think relative to our culture, you have got with your imagination, your fantasy, you create this imaginary representation. After this, we have got the symbolic. The symbolic is the archetypal, primitive, also very cultural aspect. For me, it's very important to have all of these in the same time and to take care and to be confident to create the common area. This little triangle is the most important thing that I try every time to achieve with my clients. Second aspect of psychology is the meaning of the object. You know, we can drink with our 2 hands to have water, but it's more easy to have a glass. The glass can be just glass, but the glass can be beautiful glass and crystal. It's the same for an object that a bag can just be in linen and fabric, but you can have a luxury bag. So it means about the distinction, the social distinction, gives another level to the meaning of an object. Functional, social distinction. Last category is the identification. And I will say personalization. When you received, as a child, a teddy bear or a scarf with embroidery from your mother or grandmother, this object doesn't have value because it's such emotional, such personal aspect that it's above all or under everything. So again, when we create an object, a table, a decoration, any artifact, is the idea to have all these 3 different aspects. The meaning of our action. You know that every day we do all sorts of things eating, drinking. We can have also about reproduction, and it's very interesting on the neurological aspect point of view. We need to develop all these actions because we develop our brain, and also all this action is fulfilled like almost half of all time on our everyday life. The second one, of course, is the pleasure. And entertainment, pleasure, leisure, it's all things we give another dimension of what we do in everyday life. And the last one is identification. It's again is the idea that all these two first categories has got another level. It could be in a philosophical aspect, religious, cultural, it can be about meditation, or it can be also about this representation of hero, example that we have got around us. And again, we need to have all these three categories all together to create something strong and to have another kind of experience. Last one is the four aspects of the pleasure. Of course, we have got the sensation, all the five senses about the sight, the sound, the smell, the taste. It's the idea, and the touch is, of course, this very important to create this 360-degree experience thanks to our five senses. The second one is the thought. Reflection gives the feeling of stability. So after this, we have got the feeling, and the surprise is the first emotion. Finally, I will talk about intuition. And spontaneously, we see a lot of implication by this imagination. When I talk about perception, and when I see a client, one of the key of the thing that I do is to create this grid. Sometimes I did it with a paper, with a print paper. Sometimes I just talk about this relation. And that's what do you expect about the experience? It can be for a wedding, for a dinner, for a party. And I just create this relation. It can be a lot of different notions. There are infinity of cold, warm, luxury, rustic, introvert, extrovert, fragile, solid. And of course, there are an infinity of this link between two words. And it's the idea that they have to fulfill by talking, by explaining, or just by crossing this grid to understand where we want to go, what is the kind of experience. And sometimes it's not only, oh, I want this beautiful, what means beautiful? What means cold? What means warm? To have this perceptual aspect in different words, in different expression is very important. Important thing also is to try to avoid to have information on the middle. Because if it's on the middle, it means that this doesn't know what to do. Very important. My method, when I begin a project, I try to have 4 words. Just give you an example. Luxury, modularity, innovation, and flavorful. And if I create an object, I can create even something to eat. I have got this aspect, and it was a real example for Pompidou in Paris, the museum. They asked us to create like a souvenir. And I decided to create this object that we can eat. So you can play. You have a beautiful object, almost like a little sculpture. You can keep it, but also you can taste it with different tastes. So this is an example of something completely different that I did for this Pompidou Museum anniversary. When I said at the beginning, I want to explain you what is an immersive dinner. It begins for me by an invitation. And every time when we create a project, we begin by sending a real object. So it's never a paper, it's an object. To create something different, to have already a souvenir of what will happen in a few months. After this, of course, we need to choose a view. And we are open to everything. This is a pool, it can be a beautiful long table with 3 inside the house. It could be a beautiful public gallery that you privatize. It can be another pool with yoga upstairs. We did also, of course, in some opera. This is in Garnier. We did in Versailles. This is another chateau, a castle in Chambord, in France. We did also in theater. We did also in black box. And we created, of course, with light and screen, completely different. So there are a lot of possibilities. After this is, of course, to create a culinary experience. And I love food design. I used to teach, and I'm going to teach design experience and food design in Hong Kong Design Institute. And for me, we create the plate, but we create also the way to eat, to touch, and to have another way about ingredients. So every time it's a very different. For example, we have got a remote control little car arriving on the table just to take a little shoe, and they pass through all the guests during a dinner in 1 minute. So this is an example of how to create a new kind of experience. A chef. We work with a lot of chefs all over the world, so just a few examples, really a recent example. You know probably Cédric Rollet with this amazing fruit, like hyper realistic fruit as a pastry. We know Pierre Marcolini, chocolate maker, Pierre Jean Albert or Alain Ducasse. Every time we try to create not only a collaboration, but a fusion between all the guests and all the client wants, and of course to challenge all the chefs to create something unique. One meter per two guests is the idea that everybody is served at the same times. So when we are 200, you have got 100 guests. It was a long table of 400 guests, so it means 200 waiters. One costume per course. And we create, thanks to this, a story. So for every course, every meal, you have got another outfit, accessories that we change all the time. And it's not only about the costume, it's about hat, it's about gloves, it's about also what you are on the plate. Between two courses, we create interview to entertain, but also to create a story. Here we can see on the Monaco, on the opera, and we did this amazing, beautiful soprano singing 6 meter high. We have got also these girls swimming and making a ballet in the water. We can also interact and open the table and to create a big drawing all together. We can also create electricity with lemon and to create each between two people a little experience. We have got also famous star Katy Perry coming to sing, to interpret, to show. But we like also to have something different, to create painting by making ourselves the own pigment. This is an example. Or we have got this slipper, we become a big singer during the opening of the dinner. So every time, it's not only about dance, it can be something, a lot of things about interlude to create another kind of entertainment. Surprise, as I said at the beginning, we love to surprise. And yeah, one thing was quite very important for me, that every 3 minutes, during a dinner, something happens. Every 3 minutes can be about the way to serve the water, the wine, the waiters, the music, the light. It's an example that we did for Veuve Clicquot champagne, and everything was blue. And in 10 seconds, we changed, we removed the tablecloth who was blue, and in 10 seconds, everything was out of the table, and everything became orange, the color of Veuve Clicquot, and it was in 10 seconds, not 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Surprise also that you saw this table, and after it became like this. We opened the table, it was 10 centimeters depth, and you have got some Lego. And you just asked to all the guests to create all together these big towers as a game, and to have like a little competition to will have the tallest one. And it was so funny. We did the same by opening the table and to have some water with some little duck when you are shy, and it works also. Every time we create, of course, storytelling. It's very innovative. This is about Jules Verne, and we create in the swimming pool from the beginning as the cocktail until all the dinner, like the meduse, mushroom, all the storytelling to this line about Jules Verne. This is one in Monaco. The same blackout, and you have got all these slides just on the table, on every plate, and also about the costume. Again, a very easy transformation thanks to the blackout. This one was for Piaget, about the sun to represent the light, and also about a brand identity, brand name that we can really figure out in different aspects. We love details, and every time we take care of a lot of things, we have got a kind of 10 pages with all the different points to tick and to see about napkins, table, glass, the way they are positioned, the way to drink, the way to touch. So there are a lot of details every time that we take care. This is an example of for table for dessert. Every guest receive Hermès silk carré, and it was just on a balloon for the dessert. Also this white table with everything packed with this white fabric, and all the guests remove first this white thing to drink and to have the bottle and the glasses. So we do this kind of different format, of course. It can be a buffet, as you can see. This buffet is total look. It means that all the food are related to color, and also the waiters has got the same color that the food at the table. We have got small buffet, but we have got also big one. So when we create projects, it can be for 12 people until 1,000. So this one was like 1,000 people, and this one was a picnic in the casino of Monte Carlo. But we love also to create some small, some also more intimate dinner. Where we work all over the world, it's really global. As we are based in Europe, we did a lot in Europe, but we did also in Japan, in Korea. Tomorrow I'm going with my team to Hong Kong to create for dinner for a cosmetic brand there, but we travel all over the world, no limits. And also, we worked already for a lot of brands for the last more than 15 years now, about Cartier, Hermès, Pompidou, Casino, so a lot of different brands. And though the last thing that I want to share is my info, easy, Instagram, Charles Kizin. Every time somebody asks, send a message, I promise you we answer. So this is something very important for us. And I just want to share with you a little last video of a dinner that we did. So you are going to see now a dinner that was involved in this beautiful gallery, Royal Gallery in Brussels, Saint-Hubert, with a huge long table of 110 meters long, table, one long table.
There's nothing else to do.
Thank you very much.
Are you